In this video, I'm going to talk about different types of walls. Walls. Now you say, I know what a wall is. A wall is a vertical structure on a building. And a generic term for walls is, yeah, you're exactly right, like this or any of the others that you see around here. But there is a difference. There are certain portions of a building that are called walls, and some are called partitions. So let's talk about what those are. First off, a wall is defined as something that is on the exterior of a building. Now this is, this is right out of your carpentry book. If we had them, I could show it to you, or you could look it up on the internet. But it is the exterior vertical component of a building. So as you look around here, you could identify the walls as the ones that have windows in them and the ones that have doors to the exterior. That would be a wall. So the other component which people commonly refer to as a wall is actually a partition. So we're going to go upstairs, we're going to take a look at what a partition is. Okay, and we actually have a partition right here. So we're gonna see a bunch of partitions once we come up into here. So what is a partition? A partition is actually what you would want to call a wall, but it is a wall in the middle of the building which partitions off different rooms. Okay, so between your bedroom and your hallway in the house that you live in, that would be a partition. In your bedroom, the window, or the wall that has the window, would be a wall. So partitions here would be these. This separates what will be the shower from the walk-in closet. This little separator here between the shower and the rest of the bathroom, that's also a partition, but this partition is connected into a wall. So that's the difference between walls and partitions. The next part we're going to talk about is load-bearing and non-load-bearing. And there are load-bearing walls and non-load-bearing walls. There are also load-bearing partitions and non-load-bearing partitions. So let's take a look at the difference there. So what a load-bearing wall is, let's just talk about the term load-bearing. The term load-bearing refers to a wall component that is carrying weight from above. So if you look at this, what's behind me, this wall right here is supporting these, I'm trying to look at myself do this, the roof trusses, which are right here. The roof trusses come across and the weight of the roof sits directly down onto that wall. So this wall is carrying weight. It is carrying a load. If we were to knock this wall out, this entire roof system would collapse. So that would be called a load-bearing wall. But as we make the corner right here, this wall here, exterior wall, does not support the weight of the roof because the trusses, as you can see, the trusses up here, they all come, the weight of the roof pushes down on the truss itself, comes right down, pushes on here. There is no weight that is bearing on this wall. So this wall would be called a non-load bearing wall. So theoretically, we could take a chainsaw, we could cut out the biggest section that we wanted out of this wall, and it should not hurt the integrity of the building. Now, it does cause some problems, but for the sake of our argument today, let's say that we could cut that right out, put a garage door in there, and wouldn't have to do anything else to it because the roof wouldn't collapse. It's not supporting anything above. That's a non-load bearing wall. So let's look at partitions and let's apply this to partitions, the terms load bearing and non-load bearing. So load bearing, as we learned, is carrying a load, carrying weight. Non-load bearing is not carrying weight. So let's start off with a non-load bearing wall, or partition, I should say. So here we have the partition that is between the walk-in closet and our downstairs. Okay? But let's take a look at what is above and what's happening there. What is this partition holding up? And if we get the camera in real close, we could see that there is nothing setting on top of this wall. I'm looking up. Of course, you can tell I'm looking up because my face is above you, right? Okay, so this would be a non-load bearing partition. Partition because it's interior, walls because they're exterior. Okay, same thing with this one. Let's identify this one. First off, we know it's a partition. Is it supporting anything above? No, it is not. It's a non-load bearing partition. All right, so let's look at this partition right here. This is the one inside the bedroom. That was an exterior wall, a load-bearing wall. Look at the roof trusses, how they bear down on top of this partition over here. Okay? So, as we look up at the structure, yeah, that's definitely pushing down on there. So this would be a load-bearing partition. Now, something to say about load-bearing partitions, you have to, this being the second floor, you have to make sure that there is support underneath of it. You can't just build right on top of the floor, okay? Whether there be a beam in the floor underneath of here, or there's another load-bearing partition underneath here that carries the weight clear down to the basement. Something has to be under that, okay? So, non-load-bearing partition, load-bearing partition.